like when you talk about retail and the trends in retail for the next year before COVID, we were talking about one thing which I particularly like, which is radical transparency. The fascinating part of technology today is that it's changing so fastly that you cannot predict what's going to happen in 6 months.
Yeah.
We have an experience today. So shopping online is a very lonely experience. Budget, logistic, everything, it's absolutely important, but that's something you can change. But if you don't have the mindset and the will to change that, you will never get there. Give me a reason to get out of my house. Give me a reason to get up from my couch and come and visit you. Deliver me that experience that really is memorable for me, especially men's skincare. And also another thing, the derma roller, which I would have never thought in my life.
Is that the tool, right?
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Well, today I'm very excited because I have a very exciting guest from a very exciting luxury makeup brand. So Charlotte Tilbury's Global Director of Retail Experience, Luca Calcamucchio, is with me today. Hi, Luca. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, Cezina. Hello, everyone. And thanks for having me here today.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for your time. Luca, well, I know you really well, but before we start into our conversation, would you like to introduce yourself and what your role is at Charlotte Tilbury?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, you said my name correctly. Fantastic. That's like the first time that happened.
I practiced.
I'm an Italian architect and designer, and I've been working in retail for, well, when I think about it, it's quite scary, for the last 20 years. So I started, everybody, during my university year, working on the shop floor, really acquiring that experience, with my hands on the ground. And then I moved onto the other side. So basically designing stores, designing pop-ups, events, windows, any kind of VM activation. So I'm a huge retail passionate enthusiast. So retail is my playground, which is something that I really love. And today I'm working, as you say, at Charlotte Tilbury Beauty here in London. I'm director for retail experience, which basically means big part of my job is, of course, the store design and visual merchandising. So creating those beauty wonderlands where all of you are more than welcome to come and visit us. And, working also in parallel with my colleagues in text and digital, trying to learn the amazing magic they do on our online services and try to join the dots with the offline aspect of retail. And from the on-ground experience, try to recreate the same theater on the online experience. So this is basically my day-to-day.
Great. We're going to talk a lot about that omni-channel experience. Yeah. And I'm a passionate retailer myself too. And I'm a big fan of Charlotte Tilbury brand as well. So today I'm going to do my best to stay in time and not ask too many questions. Well, I mean, the majority of the conversation will be around, how you tackled COVID-19, discussing future of beauty, etc. But before we go into all of that, there's something I'm personally really curious about, and that's about Charlotte herself. So she, we know that she used to be, she is still one of the, celebrity makeup artists, but she transitioned from being a celebrity makeup artist into a global businesswoman, and she's very successful. When I was preparing for this, I was thinking about what makes Charlotte Tilbury brand really unique compared to the other luxury makeup brands. And I thought it's Charlotte herself, her personality comes across very genuine, energetic, glam. She's not shy about sharing her secrets with millions of people online, etc. So I'm just curious, one, how is it to work with her? And secondly, how do you reflect her personality and her style on the store floor, on store design and store experience?
Yeah. Well, you say something that I really, really like. You say, the image she gives is this genuine, humble person, super funny, super energetic. And this is in reality what she is. She is an amazing, amazing artist. She's makeup artist #1 in the world. She did incredible number of fashion shows, of covers. She's the only makeup artist who did the 3 September issues at the same time, the same year. So for Vogue US, Vogue Italia, and Vogue France. She is also work as a creative director for many other makeup brands. And I mean, she has 28 years of experiences in the celebrity world, and she bottled the DNA of her expertise in her brand. And when you talk about retail and the trends in retail for the next year before COVID, we were talking about one thing which I particularly like, which is radical transparency. And personally, I'm very passionate about those brands that come across as genuine, and you can feel it, because today, with all the social media, with every single channel where you can access to the brand, either you are very honest and very transparent with your followers, with your customers, or personally, I don't see a lot of success for the brands that are not embracing this journey. So we are what you see. So our brand is an incredible, happy makeup brand. Charlotte herself wanted to bring happiness back to the shop floor, to the makeup world. And makeup is such a deep connection with the customers. It's a very emotional things. You know better than me, how difficult it is for a woman find the right makeup. 60% of women, they don't know how to use makeup. So Charlotte expertise, and that's our amazing, unique point of differentiation. She's the real expert. She's the one that really can help to be the best person, the best version of yourself. And working with her is a lot of fun. She's so energetic, so passionate. And, personally, I really love when, it's again 20 years I do this job as a store designer or a retail designer. And when some people challenges me all the time or surprise me with amazing ideas, it's like when I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna do the best, just to because there is so much passion behind that. There is so much energy, and especially not only in this time, but since the beginning, it's incredible positive energy. Is this message of really happiness and joy that we want really to bring. And all Team Tilbury, it's not only myself, it's like everybody working in the office and on the floor, we share this passion with her. So it's incredible how all these people came together to share Charlotte's vision. And it's amazing. It's really I really love. And our stores are quite unique. We have this mix of Art Deco, Hollywood, glam, which personally, I always told Charlotte, when I came to Selfridges, early, probably the brand maybe just launched 2013, 2014, I was working for other brands, and I went to the shop floor and I immediately thought, what the hell is that?
Exactly. You just feel like a Hollywood star yourself as soon as you step in.
Yeah, exactly. And I was so drawn into it. And then I discovered the 10 looks. And that for me, as a man, of course, I didn't know absolutely anything about makeup. And then I saw this wardrobe of looks. And then I was like, oh my God, that's very clear.
Now it makes sense.
I couldn't even believe it was the same woman. So the power of transformation is so amazing that, I started thinking, this is something different. This is something that, is going to change the things. So yeah, it's really a pleasure, and it's so much fun, to be honest, so much fun.
No, that I'm not surprised to hear this, because I think you cannot fake authenticity. You feel it on the store floor, you feel it with the store advisors, etc. Great, excellent. Okay, now let's talk about a bit of the C word, COVID-19. Obviously, we cannot avoid that. So when pandemic suddenly hit the world, it started in Asia, moved to Europe, and then to the US. You being a global brand, growing global brand, and the beauty brands, what was your immediate reaction when this all happened? Obviously, beauty is such a critical industry. What was your immediate reaction? How did you tackle at the beginning?
Well, I think, at the beginning we were a little bit, we are worried about the situation. So we started seeing all this coming from the Asian markets, and we were watching the situation. We are a global brand, so we are sold not everywhere, well, online everywhere, almost everywhere, but we have our stores in Hong Kong, in Singapore, we have some pop-ups in mainland China. So we were quite worried. And the complication of when the things was getting bigger and bigger, the complication was, you are a brand working in different countries with different governments, with different retailers. So you have to follow the guidelines of the government, but you also have to follow the guidelines of the single retailer, or in our own stores, of course, we're following the government guidelines. It was a very complex situation that you have to manage, and you have to be as flexible as you can be, as more like, So that's absolutely important. And I think we all came together, try to do, the best of ourselves and make it happen. Actually, in Asia, if I am not wrong, like the stores, especially in Hong Kong, we got a reduction of hours and everything, but we never actually closed. While Singapore, Macau, they closed. And of course, in Europe, all the stores closed, as well as in America. So we are seeing now all the retail coming back. So we're very, very, very happy also because, losing a little bit of physical contact with your customers, people enjoy so much shopping in our stores that, we were a little bit worried. But this is first of all a human tragedy before being a business problem. So it was very, very difficult, I think, from a personal perspective for many, many people. And brands, we will find, our way. So retail will come back.
Yeah.
New, older things, but we will come back.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about how it's going to come back. There's an interesting point you made is your customers actually love shopping for makeup. And what I believe is shopping for makeup isn't just something that you do because of a need. I mean, it is a need, but it's not just a transactional thing that you buy and you're done. It includes lots of fun, even a little bit therapy. I, for example, myself, when I was during lockdown, I was watching, for example, tutorials, makeup videos, etc., just to have something different when everybody was talking about COVID-19 24 hours. So that element of it, how did you maintain that relationship with your customers when stores were closed? Still, get in touch with the customer and to make them feel happy about makeup and themselves.
Yeah, well, I think this is where all the technology make its magic. It's not only related to the makeup industry, it's related to the general situation we all were in. Like everybody was at home, was sit on the sofa, on the table, like working from home. Basically, in the weekend, you were moving from your bedroom to your living room, and that's it. And if you're lucky, you have a garden. But that's where the power of content comes. And I think, everybody put outside so much incredible content. And, you could see from the streaming platform, the pipe of, the peak, of subscription for Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, all the brand content that you could find online. So we created new formats. We created this Charlotte's Beauty Happy Hour, which was it is very, very successful. Where Charlotte is meeting her friends online in an Instagram live. Of course, we increased the number of assets we were delivering, and you know, all the teams came together just to support all of this. Like even my team, we are designers, so we were helping, like creating like assets for the online part of the business. So it was really, really amazing to see how all the people came together with the same objective, and not only my brand, but like everybody in the world. Like I'm talking to friends in other brands from different sectors, not only beauty, like fashion or anything else, you know. And there was this global effort of creating something, because people was hunger for content, you know. So we all are like, look at TikTok. Like TikTok was strong, but during the pandemic is the #1 download app. I was following online a presentation from one of the TikTok executives, and he was saying that people spend in average on TikTok from 80 to 90 minutes per day, which is
Wow,
huge.
that's huge.
Yeah, exactly. Now, especially, I don't know the segmentation of this, if it's more young, I assume probably maybe younger people, but even myself, I'm like between call and call. Sometimes I watch TikTok even more, I would say now more than Instagram, because it's quite funny, you know,
Yeah.
very natural. So, and I see people from any kind of age, you know, like parents and kids and animals. So like, it's really, really funny. So
Yeah.
whatever you do is like to keep that link with your customer, is like keep the engagement very high, you know, give them something to enjoy, but also communicate, you know, you can also communicate your feeling. We were also like, I love when brands are like putting out positive messages. It's a tough moment for everybody. So bringing that positive message out there, I think it's a very, very important.
I think so too. And I think you were really great at it. You even launched products during lockdown by doing live Instagram video, YouTube video.
Yes.
So I think that connection continued to stay with the customers even during the lockdown. Well done.
Did you follow our press events?
I did. I actually watched the bronzer launch. And I also watched a few of the Charlotte's live Instagram videos, the happy hours. That was really nice as well. Like I said, I think when during the pandemic, when it's all about virus, it's all about sad news, etc., a bit of fun is really not harmful at all, is it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, the other questions. Now that people shifted to online, I looked at the numbers and I've seen e-commerce, of course, broke records in terms of, you know, shopping online, with groceries, also in other categories as well. Did you observe a similar trend in beauty retail too? Did people shop online during the lockdown? I mean, or did they shop more than they used to?
Yeah, no, definitely. And not only in Charlotte Tilbury, but like in many, many other brands. If you read the data, you can find in any study online from big consultancy companies or articles, you can see how the beauty sector really improved a lot compared to the upper section. So fashion was probably down, so because we didn't have any possibility to go out, but beauty, especially skincare, was increasing a lot. And this is really interesting because we took this time, you know, to take care about ourselves a little bit more. And skincare is a quite easy category to buy online because it's very informative. So probably the testing experience is slightly less than color. But I think, yeah, definitely. So beauty increased in every sector. And it was so funny. There are some data, again, that I found online, which it was this study that was saying that in skincare, of course, you know, all the products were pretty high in demand, but especially men's skincare. And also another thing, the derma roller, which I would have never thought in my life.
Is
But
that the
actually,
tool, right?
yes, the tool,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. So it's quite interesting. Like for instance, also hair care, you know, everything related to hair had a huge increase. So that was quite interesting.
Interesting. Maybe people just stopped everything for a while and started thinking about their lives, and maybe they decided to do self-care a bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's
Definitely.
it.
But even like I was reading about Nike, and they offer this, like many other brands, free workout at home. So they had like an 80% increase, in download and subscription, and they saw their e-com going up 30%. So definitely, even if, you couldn't exercise outside, but, still buying, apparel for you, or everything. I think it was a moment where we all stopped and started thinking a little bit about ourselves. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. And speaking of online and how customers shop online for beauty, I know omnichannel is not a new term for you. I remember once you said you are a beauty tech brand, which I really like that phrase. So can you tell a bit more about what that means, what you do online to create a great customer experience for your customers?
But I think it's not only us; it's the entire beauty category, which lends itself to be a very good online business. When Charlotte created her brand, she was quite revolutionary because she was one of the first brands going online for everything. She did so many tutorials. Actually, you can buy any of our product and you have a tutorial. So it's really self-explanatory. And then you saw how many other brands became online, or they are selling almost completely online, or they do pop-ups, just to create more interaction with the customer. So, and also is a category where the virtual try-on is quite common today. So for fashion, it's still not there. It's also quite complicated because you have like so many body shapes and different things, while the augmented reality business in beauty is pretty big. For instance, many brands, you can see how big multinational company, they buy tech brands, like L'Oreal that bought Modiface, or like I'm a huge fan. Honestly, I play a lot. I don't know why with the Sephora visual virtual artist. I really like it every time I go to the stores. But again, like every brand has its own virtual try-on, and like the technology is changing every single day. So it's really easy to see how big this improvement will be in the future. But also, as you said before, it's not only about trying it on. It's like learn how to use it, the tutorial, the content you put. So, and I think beauty brands are doing an amazing job versus other categories in this section.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think virtual try-on, when it was first introduced, we all thought maybe it was a bit gimmicky, maybe just to create some excitement in the store. But I think that the direction it's moving is it's actually becoming a real tool for you to test and try elements. I'm still, go ahead, sorry.
Tell me.
I'm still a bit skeptical about, does it really work? Because I sometimes try myself too. I think there's clearly progress made about how colors are projected onto your face and you see it really well. Do you think it's going to evolve even more and become more sophisticated, maybe considering what your actual skin type is? Because like a different color may look different depending on your skin color. Do you think technology will help going into that level of detail?
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, if you think back about the era before iPhone, so we didn't even know we needed an iPhone, and now nobody can live without it. So the technology, we were talking like a few days ago with the journalist from Financial Times about like how many technology are actually gimmicky. But at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen in 6 months. We don't know what kind of evolution, and it's so fast. If you think about like biometric technology, which is now applied to a lot of different industry, from the like air travels or anything, even for payments. So we don't know what's going to happen like in 6 months from now. As you say, this technology is improving every day, but it's not like only, the techie part of like the color. Like, yes, you can see better or worse on you. It's really becoming more and more and more precise. So look, all these applications that we download, playing with our face, they all basically get a huge database of the morphology of our features. So this will be probably then introduced in this kind of app, and then they will acquire more and more precision. So I think today the great barrier of this app is again the skin tone, as you said. So it's possible to detect it like at perfection, but I'm 100% sure it will get there.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day, maybe this is a crazy idea, but maybe that somebody is already thinking about this. Maybe with by the help of AI, and when you have enough customer data about a person's skin color, skin type, and the and the products they purchase, if you have that enormous data, your recommendations can get smarter, and you can say similar people with similar skin type purchase these products, so this is likely to work for you. Things like that, I think. Can we see this coming as well?
Yeah, but I think I personally would love that. I personally, as a customer, I am, when I receive an email from a brand and then I open it and I see that basically nothing is interesting for me.
Yeah.
So it's clearly not targeted to myself, and I would never buy anything of that. So from one side, yes, people is concerned about privacy, and it's absolutely true. So we have to operate within all the regulation and something. But personally, and that's my personal opinion, I would love the brand knowing me a little bit more and offer me a service which is bespoke to me, that really speaks to me, instead of wasting my time and fill my inbox. So as you say, through crossing a lot of data, it's definitely possible even today, getting a deeper knowledge of your customer and giving that very personalized service that we all aim for. And like in the future, and it's not even a very far future, this is not related only to existing product, but it's also related to the creation of new products. So for instance, I really love those brands that quite innovative. I think it's like a Brooklyn-based brand called Atola, and she's developed by a pharmacist or a chemist, and a girl that actually was doing an MBA in MIT, and she had a skin problem, so she partnered with an engineer from MIT. So through the, as you say, to the artificial intelligence engine they are behind the brands, and through a test and several physical testing that you receive from home, they do a bespoke skincare product for you.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
Exactly, absolutely interesting for me. As well as, you have a lot of concepts that are probably coming to the market next year from Procter & Gamble, from other brands that are like 3D printers for your makeup. Wow. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to work. But basically, it's a tool at home that you can connect to your device and get a fully bespoke and personalized makeup.
Yeah, and I think it doesn't even have to be 100%. Maybe with the little help of in-store experience, maybe you just go to the store once to get your skin type recorded in the system or something, and then once you're in the system, once you have your data on your records, then personalization will be allowed in much smoother way. I don't think it's going to be 100% online or 100% in store. No. We will see that merging more and more.
Yeah, and I think in every category, even, I don't know, you were working for a telephone company. So even like giving you the advice of what device is better for you, for your usage, because, there are plenty of options out there. So yeah, definitely. But it's something that is going to happen very soon. I mean, the fascinating part of technology today is that it's changing so fastly that you cannot predict what's going to happen in 6 months.
And coming to in-store experience, now stores opened. We're recording this on Saturday, 20th of June. 5 days ago, stores opened in the UK. I went to a few shops myself, and I was really sad to see the makeup counters being empty, or products were covered with plastic things.
Yes.
And but how do you think this is going to evolve? So currently you cannot try any products. Makeup artists are still there to give advice, but they are not able to apply anything on you. Do you have any vision of how long this is going to be? Is this going to be permanent, and how are you preparing for this new term?
No, I think nobody has an idea of how this is going to last. I was speaking to other friends in other industry, and then they were pointing out something very, very important, that this is an health crisis. So as far as this will continue, we have to adapt ourselves. For us, safety comes first, and it's safety for our customers, but also for our colleagues on the shop floor. So that's why we display our product, but they are all covered. We put in place a strong hygiene rules, and and this is across the entire world, across our entire estate. So we're very strict with that, and I think this, we really take seriously the safety of everybody that cross our doors. So how long this is gonna stay, unfortunately, we don't know. I hope we will be able soon, like even from a personal level, again, to hug each other and coming back a little bit to the normal life. And also, in our store, show the artistry of our staff, and being able again to support people on that side. But I think again, like if, again, technology here helps you. So virtual try-on, online consultations, and a lot of brands are doing amazing services. So yes, it's again, a physical distance is not social distance for me. So we can keep giving like the best service possible to our customers, even if we cannot be there with them as we were before. It's a new reality. That's it.
Yeah, I think even during these difficult conditions, I was able to get advice from the Charlotte Tilbury makeup artist. It's still that human interaction, I always say, that cannot be replaced, really. It's she still sees my face, so it's still like a two-way communication. She was still able to advise me which color would work better. So at least we still have that.
Yeah, but I think, this is the power of retail, and I am, call me a bit naive if you want, but I still think that, shopping online is a very lonely experience. So I am 100% sure that they will change, and we will be probably, I don't know in which way, but probably be able to enjoy, the shopping online and getting that sense of community that we have when you go into the store. But on the other side, we are human, and we love interacting with people. As you said, even talking to a person, maybe in the future you will be able to talk to an hologram or an avatar, who knows? But it's still like talking to someone and getting that personalized advice, because each one of you is unique. Each one of us is unique. So even if I cannot touch you or helping you in applying the makeup on you, I can still give you the best service, telling what suits you. So again, I think technology will be there certainly in the future, but at the moment, this deep human connection that the physical retail can give to you, it's still not there.
Yeah, I think it should be the best of both worlds moving onwards.
Yeah, no, and that's the possibility. I've never been like a huge fan of people say, oh, it's gonna be all online, or oh, no, now Gen Z wants everything online. Well, it's gonna be, this is the reality. This is the fascinating reality we live in. You can have exactly the best of both worlds. That's true that retail, as it was before, and I'm not talking pre-COVID, I'm thinking about like the huge discussion around retail that was even before. Retail needs to change, and we know that. And if you are in the right mindset of changing retail, you will succeed in it.
Yeah, I think you said something really right, that even before the pandemic, we were talking about the omni-channel. Even before that, we were believing that physical retail isn't dying, but it's evolving. And I think everything is just accelerated with the pandemic. Maybe the things that could have been done in 2 years is now done in 3 months. That's what I'm observing. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I think Charlotte says the same all the time, like necessity is the mother of invention. So when you need to do something is where actually now it's time to do it. And, we talked a lot about digital transformation in many, many brands for years, but then brands that really did that are very few. So, and I remember like when we went to this conference in Dublin last year, and I was in this round table and we were talking about omnichannel, and the first comment I heard was, oh, you know what, is budget, is logistic, is like, and I was like, no, I'm sorry, no, budget, logistic, everything, it's absolutely important, but that's something you can change. But if you don't have the mindset and the will to change that, you will never get there. If you don't put yourself in a position to say like, I really want the change, and I really, those brands that are are losing the fear to fail, which again, guys, I'm not talking that it's easy, but if you don't try, you will never get there.
Agreed. I agree 100%. Yeah. And it's also that mindset change. If you stop seeing that that's my physical channel, that's my online channel, and if those two don't talk to each other, you'll never get there.
I always thought like we always talk about omnichannel, and I was like, yes, okay, it's omni. There are a lot of different parts, but at the end, retail is one. And you always have to put yourself with the head of the customer, and for a customer, buying a product online, offline, wherever, doesn't make any difference. They just want that product of that brand. So we created those differences. We created those lines in the budget that, okay, this is allocated to offline, this is allocated to online things, which again, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's not useful. But from a customer perspective, for instance, if I go to buy a product in Selfridges or in one of my store or online, what I see is Charlotte Tilbury.
Yeah, you don't, especially from the customer's perspective, there is no difference whether I shop online or in your own store or in Selfridges.
So for me, it's literally like removing all those friction that we create and make the best seamless and flawless journey for the customers, whatever brand you are. And, we all enjoy that. Like there is a specific brand I really love in fashion, and there is nothing that upset me more than every time I go to buy something, they ask me again my data all the time.
Yeah.
And I shop this brand in 3 countries mainly. And okay, I get it that, we are in 3 different countries, maybe 3 different regulations, but at the end of the day, it's like annoying. I mean, like, especially because my surname is so long, giving them my data all the time, name, surname, email.
Yeah.
You shop there before? Yes, I did. So first of all, you don't even recognize me, which is bad. But, from a customer perspective, that's not right.
Yeah, I think that's customer expectations are changing every day, and it's changing so rapidly that what you would expect 2 years ago is not enough today. You want, as you say, you want the brand to recognize you. You want fulfillment to be so quicker. So I don't know with this speed where the expectations will lead to. The bar is really raising very rapidly.
Absolutely.
Great. One more question about the new in-store experience. I read a lot of articles about how places will be also more personalized as well. Maybe bookable brand times, booking an appointment with a, I don't know, maybe makeup artist, or even for fashion or other brands as well. And then, so that will enable the customer to interact with the brand at a more personal level. Do you see that will happen in beauty and makeup as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Actually, it's already possible. So you can book an appointment with our artist through our website. So you can have a 1 hour consultation with our artist in our beauty wonderlands. So this is a reality even today. But what I think is gonna change more in the future, it's gonna be like, you know, many brands, they have this heritage of very heavy capex, huge retail mammoth that they have to bring. And I think, you know, this monolithic experience that we have today needs to change completely to something incredibly more ephemeral, more concept and experience based, you know. And, you know, again, it doesn't matter where your customer is shopping you, online, offline, there is that unique experience that you have to create around your brand, which will be significant for the customer in the future. We saw already like how, and please, I'm sorry to say that, like boring retail is, you know, probably will struggle to survive after this. It was struggling before, so even after this. So give me a reason to get out of my house. Give me a reason to get up from my couch and come and visit you. Deliver me that experience that really is memorable for me. I always say, I don't mind people giving me, you know, bad feedbacks on my designs. I would rather prefer people coming to me saying, look, I visited one of your stores and it's rubbish. That's awful. But if they, you know, of course, if they like it, much better. Yeah. But, you know, I would rather prefer to have a reaction rather than having a person going into a store. Oh, actually, did you went to that store? Oh, yes. Oh, did you remember anything? No.
Yeah, it has to be a memorable experience, isn't it?
Exactly. And this is not new. This has been around for ages and ages. But I think more than ever now, like this huge box, this huge container full of products are not working anymore. And they were struggling before, imagine now. And, you know, like we have to change all our mindset. Instead of being like pure stockist, just be an entertainer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Give something to the people, you know, and you know, every single thing related to a brand needs to be seen as a store. Every single piece of, you know, media you put out there, it's your store. It's not just the location, it's everywhere. So, and I think this is the change we all need to do. And that's what's going to lead the future.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I'm so excited to really see what type of creative things brands will come up with after this challenge, especially. There was already a direction, and I think we're going to be seeing really great examples as well. And I'm sure Charlotte Tilbury will be one of them.
We will try, of course, and we will win.
You can use me as a customer focus group anytime.
Of course. No, you know, like it's fascinating when you know, before COVID, I was traveling quite a lot. And especially in the last period, I had the opportunity to visit like really amazing stores. We open our stores, the first Wonderland in Asia is in Hong Kong. And it's in this fantastic mall called K11 Museum, which really everybody will be able to visit when everything will be fine. I saw it under construction and I was like, oops, I mean, this is quite strange. And then when I saw it finished, I was deadly tired for the opening, but I couldn't stop going around. I was like a kid into, like, you know, the Charlie Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's an architectural masterpiece. It's also full of different things to do, and it's so engaging with everything. I didn't have the opportunity yet, but I really want to go to Beijing and see SKP, which is a mall created and designed by Gentle Monster, which is a brand I adore. And, you know, that's a different take on what was the mall before. You know, it's this merge of art, commerce, experience, that
entertainment, you know, and hospitality even.
Exactly, you know, and many other places out there in the world are really following this path. And, you know, I think we talk a lot about what you know, what retail is, you know, quite in a negative way. And I think we should celebrate much more those brands, those retailers, those people that are really doing something different today. And they should be, you know, like an example for other people.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Luca, we can talk hours on this topic, I know, but I don't want to take too much of your time. Really,
No,
thank
that's
you
a
so
pleasure.
much.
You know, like it's always a pleasure when you see somebody passionate about retail like you are, and like so many people out, you know, we know in the business are mesmerized by this amazing thing. So thank you so much for
Well,
having me.
thank you so much as well. I'll keep watching what's happening on the store floor on the Charlotte Tilbury side, and I'll give you feedback, promise, if I see something that's not good. Thank
Whenever,
you so
like,
much.
our doors are always open. So yeah.
Great.
Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
lovely
you.
week.
You too. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.